Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the biggest pay-to-win team for the Open Ultra League. We kind of made a similar video I think last season, but this time around we actually have another really pay-to-win Pokemon here, which is going to be MEWeedle. MEWeedle has access to the move Double Iron Bash, which is at least for the season of Rising Heroes locked behind an event ticket, which I think costs around like 6 or 7 euros, so isn't this amazing? Perfect pay-to-win team. Otherwise, we're going to have here the pay-to-win number one going to be, of course, our Deoxys defense, going to be fully XL. It's kind of, I think it needs, like, yeah, basically it's like around 70 euro right now to get this Pokemon. Isn't this amazing? Otherwise, we're going to have also now our Registeel in the back, which is also around the same price. It's a rank 1 version, which is insanely rare, as you have to trade for this Pokemon to get this that low for in terms of the attack IV. There are like so many different versions that I could have got there, but I actually got the rank 1 version for the Ultra League, which is insanely lucky because I only did like 3 trades for this one. And honestly, I actually really want to have one for the Great League instead. But no, I'm still fine for this one for the Ultra League. As you're going to see here, Cresselia against us. You know already, Cresselia against Registeel. This is an insanely good matchup for the Registeel. But you know what's even better? Here we can go for the Focus Blast. And I know that my opponent going to run Focus Burst here as well, so let's go ahead and catch the move perfectly onto our Deoxys defense, making the opponent immediately forfeit. Goodbye there. Next opponent, we're going to see a Deoxys defense in the lead here. Going to be, of course, a mirror here. They're going to have the shiny one, which looks really cool. Don't have all the shinies, sadly, for this Pokemon. I was kind of unlucky with this one, but still going to be able to go for one Rock Slide here. We can take the charge move from the opponents, also only going to be Rock Slide. There's no reason for you to ever run really Thunderbolt in this matter, I guess for Tapu Fini maybe, but it is fine. We're going to get out the Scrafty here. Scrafty going to be definitely something that we want to get out of here because we don't want to have this against our Pokemon in the back, which is going to be, of course, our Registeel, as we can go for the bait first. They're going to, like, not call the bait there and go for the shield, which is nice. And the superpower is coming through now, going to do a ton of damage against the opponent, putting them into farmland range for our Deoxys. But we're gonna go for one charge move first, and we're going to have to shield this charge move up, because this could be a foul play. Boosted foul play would easily knock me out here, and I kind of need to keep my Deoxys alive. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the Rock Slide here to farm them all the way down now. In comes the opponent's Deoxys, and I'm going to be able to catch a move with my own Registeel here, as this is going to be just the Rock Slide. They don't really have a good charge move to hit me here, as nobody is running Thunderbolt, but the opponent going to be able to catch a charge move here as well. If I can catch here, the opponent can catch, of course, as well. Into their Snorlax, I will be able to just go ahead and shield up the incoming superpower, as this move would have done a lot of damage here, would have definitely knocked us out, I think, even at this range. But we can go ahead and go for the Focus Blast ourselves, and even better here, as can go ahead and catch the superpower here onto our Deoxys defense, which is going to be so nice, as we're gonna go straight for the charge move here in order to knock out the opponent. This is going to be really important for us, as now it's only the Deoxys defense left. They don't have a charge move that hit me for even neutral damage here, which is going to be nice, and I will be able to go for the Zap Cannon in time. They can go for the charge move again. They don't have Thunderbolt, it doesn't matter what they go for, as the Zap Cannon going to knock them out here. And this is going to be a very good game there. Pay to win, going to win against the opponent, as we're going to see a Charizard against us. This can be a little bit tricky with this team because we don't really have the best answers for it. The opponent going to go ahead and go into the Jellicent, and I honestly should just go straight into my Registeel here, which I'm going to do as well later on at least. I'm going to farm up extra with my Deoxys, which I guess does make sense because I need to get the Rock Slides up against the opponent's Charizard, of course, as we don't really have the best coverage against Charizard, as we don't run Rock Slide onto our MEWeedle. We will be able to still go for one Zap Cannon here, which is going to be nice, as we're going to be able to now farm them all the way down here. We can still take a move. It's so wild how bulky this Registeel is. We will be able to go for a Zap Cannon against the Charizard as well, which is going to force a shield. Like, this would knock them out most likely. And it's going to force a shield. And also gonna get the debuff, which forced the opponent to throw a charge move here. I don't even know if a Dragon Claw is going to be enough. It's not enough, but it's going to be enough to put us into farmland range, which is not ideal either. We're going to see the Trevenant coming in right now, and we can hit the Rock Slide, but we have to swap out immediately. I cannot use a single shield here in this matchup, to be fair, but I also cannot really get them too much leeway as well. It's a really tough decision here right now, because I don't have Rock Slide, and Rock Slide is the thing that I need. The opponent goes for a bait. This is not the way to bait, man. Also, I will be able to go for the Double Iron Bash. I cannot use a shield here. I have to go for my own Double Iron Bash again. And I kind of force the opponent now to shield this next move up, which is going to be very nice for us. We have to basically let this move go through in my opinion. I shouldn't shield this move up. It's going to be a Blast Burn. That's fine. I can go for the Rock Slide. This can be a Blast Burn as well. I can survive that even if it's a Blast Burn. It's going to be a Blast Burn. That should be okay for us, hopefully. They're going to go for a Dragon Claw. Maybe I should have shielded the Blast Burn instead. Now it's going to be such a tough matchup. Let's take a look at this one. Can we actually still get the knockout? We're going to see the knockout there against the opponent. We have to shield this next charge move. Can we farm them all the way down? Let's take a look at this. We can barely win this game here, and it's going to be a very good game. Next opponent, we're going to have a very good lead for us. It's going to be the Cobalion, which we're of course going to be able to win against, as we now see the Cresselia, which we completely hardwall here with our Registeel. It's going to be very, very good for us, as we're going to get to the Zap Cannon soon. We have to at least hit 2 Zap Cannons, I think even 3 against the opponent here, as it's going to be also a very bulky Pokemon against us. We're still going to do more damage against them than they do against us, especially if we debuff their attack as well, as they can now go ahead and go for another charge move here, going to force the near knockout here as well. As the opponent going to swap out into Cobalion. That's okay for me, as I can't even catch the next charge move from them, which is going to be the Sacred Sword, allowing us to basically take a resisted move here. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide first, because my main damaging source here is going to be a fast move, which is going to be counter, of course, as we will be able to let this move go through here. It's going to be the Stone Edge, and now I can go ahead and spam those Psycho Boosts. Psycho Boost coming through here first, going to do some decent damage, as they're going to not go down yet, but they're going to go down with one more fast move. Giratina is coming in against us, which is less than ideal, to be fair. I'm going to swap out immediately into my Registeel, trying to debuff them here first, as they don't even have the best matchup here. Yes, I'm not going to do too much damage against them, but they're also not going to do too much damage against me either, so we should be in a pretty fine spot here. Shadow Sneak is coming through. We will be able to go for another Zapkin here, as the opponent is going to force to swap out soon, as we're going to get more and more damage against them. And like this, we're going to get out the Cresselia. They can go for the Moonblast. They don't do enough damage to knock me out yet. They still have to go for another charge move, which they're going to do. But what we can do now is we can even go into our MEWeedle, farm them all the way down. I'm not going to throw a single charge move here. I'm not going to shield anything either. And I will be able to get so much energy that we have now so many double iron bashes coming against the opponent that they just decide to forfeit here. This was definitely the wise decision. Another pay to win friend with me here with the Deoxys against us. Let's take a look what we can do here. We're going to see the opponent going for one Rock Slide. That's going to do, of course, as much damage as our Rock Slide most likely going to do here right now. Let's take a look at this one. We're going to see now just the same mirror matchup, as we're going to be able to catch a charge move. This is exactly what we really want to do here, as we can go ahead now and go for some double iron bashes. Of course, I try to get out the opponent's potential answer against steel types here, but they're not going to swap out here. Now they're going to swap out. It's going to be another Scrafty in the back. This is not ideal for us. It might be triple counter again, which is going to be a little bit awkward for us, as we're going to be able to go for a double superpower against them, as they even went for the charge move here, which is going to be very nice for me. Still, it's not the best matchup against our Deoxys either, as we saw already prior. It's not going to do too much damage here for us. We have to share the charge move coming through. It's going to be the Power Punch again. They're going to bait us again. We have to go for the Rock Slide again, and we're going to be able, hopefully, to catch another charge move onto our own Pokemon there and onto our own Registeel, but they're going to go ahead and go into the Drapion, and I actually don't like this matchup. We have a Poison type against a Steel type Pokemon, but Drapion's main damaging source is going to be, of course, the Crunch here, as they don't do really damage with their fast move anyway. You're gonna get the defense drop, the attack drop there, which is going to be nice. Hopefully they don't get our defense drop, and they don't get it, which is really important as well, as they're going to be able to now go ahead and let this move go through. We can go for another Focus Blast here in order to try to knock them out, but they're most likely going to shield this move up anyway. I can swap out. I try to farm them down here now with the with my own Deoxys. They're most likely going to go into their own Deoxys now, and it's going to be a tough matchup. They're going to go into the Drapion. I'm going to be able to shield this move up from them. It's going to be an interesting one. Maybe we can still win this. Let's take a look at this. We will be able to go for the knockout here against the opponent, as we're going to see the opponent's Deoxys coming in. We can go for our Rock Slide immediately. They go for their Rock Slide. They basically have to throw immediately as well, which is going to be wild. It's going to be such a close matchup. We're going to see the switch clock coming up here, and also the clock up top is ticking down. Psycho Boost is coming through, and we will be able to win this match here. Not even with a timeout. We will be able to win this just with a lock on down. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. Guzzlord is coming in here. It's going to be not ideal for me. Guzzlord having access to the moves Crunch as well as the move Brutal Swing. They're going to have Crunch here, going to get the defense drop immediately. Amazing. Going to be a little bit tough to deal with as we're going to get the superpower off against them and we're going to see the Cresselia coming in. I just want to waste some time here right now. I kind of want to keep my, what's called my MEWeedle alive here because we're kind of debuffed right now and it's kind of can be decent later on. So I try to waste some time here with double Iron Bash, so I might be able to swap out later, but sadly they're going to throw before that. Boom Blast coming through, going to allow me to still swap out with a charge move stored, and maybe this one charge move come in handy later on. We will find this out later as well, as we're going to get out now the Cresselia from the opponent. We can go for the Zapcan here right now against them. It's going to get the attack drop as well, as we see now the Tentacruel coming in. Why do you go into a Tentacruel against the Registeel? I guess they are not really prepared for this one, as you're going to get the attack drop as well again, but honestly, this is not really the best matchup for you. Especially now with the squad. They're gonna get the attack drop as well. It's fine for me. I can go for another charge move here. This will do some pretty decent damage here as well, but they're going to shield this move up as well. I can just let this move go through as well as here again, but yeah, a skull coming through. Doesn't get the attack debuff this time around. We can go for another Zapcan, and I could even swap out later on if I wanted to. Let's take a look at this Zapcan coming through. I'm going to stay in here for now, as they can go for the swap into the Guzzlord. I can take a Crunch for sure. I can go for the superpower, swapping into them, going to knock them out with this one, so it comes in clutch here. We still have 2 shields left. Cresselia is coming in. We can go into our Registeel. We can let this move go through here as well. It's going to be a Moonblast. It's going to not allow us to go for another charge move. Maybe I should have shielded this one, but honestly, at this point of time, I'm not really sure what the opponent is going to try to do here. I will be able to shield this move if I want to. Let's see, I'm going to no-shield this one as well. I'm just going to go for the 2-shield flex, I guess. Do I go for the full 2-shield flex here? Yes, we're going to go for the full 2-shield flex here against the opponent, as he can go ahead and go for another charge move, because why not 2-shield flex on them and even knock them out before the timer is running out. We don't need shields with this team, it's pay to win time. Let's take a look here. Next opponent, we're going to see the Scrafting Lily. This is going to be very decent for us. It's exactly where we want to face it, even though it's still not the best matchup. We're going to see a Nidoqueen coming in. We will take this. We have our Psycho Boost coming through, and we're just going to use them both. Like, there's no reason for me not to do this, as I can go ahead, even go up to another one here. I just want to try to get them low, and I try to maybe even catch a charge move from the opponent. I'm not sure. No, I'm just going to go for the Psycho Boost. Going to get them low here as well. And I can try to catch, but I'm not going to catch. I should most likely shield this move up nowadays. It's going to be the Earth Power as well, and I can swap out now into the MEWeedle. Should have most likely played this a little bit differently, to be fair, but it's fine. We're going to be able to go for the double Iron Bash against them, which is going to do some decent damage. Sadly, not going to do enough to knock them out yet, but another one will be. But they might want to shield this move up, which is going to be a little bit awkward, but it's still going to be okay, actually. Let's take a look at this. Earth Power going to not knock me out as well. They're going to go into this Crafty. I can only go for one more double Iron Bash to do some damage against them. I have to go into my own Deoxys. I still survive one charge move here, I feel like. So this should be okay. Foul Play coming through. We will, sadly, this should be only a Power Punch, right? This should be only, it's a Foul Play. Oh, that's going to be awkward. I should have thrown my charge move then. Should have thrown already my charge moves against them, as they now can go for another Foul Play against my Registeel. It's going to be an Acid Spray. What? Who is running Acid Spray instead of Power Punch here? This is going to be so bad though for me. They're going to have a Tentacruel coming in now. I can go for the Zap Cannon, but I think at this point of time, this Acid Spray is just going to kill me, because I also don't get the debuff. And now the score is going to do around 50% of my health, I feel like. And yeah, like, this is not really looking too good here. The opponent going to as well catch with the Nidoqueen, which makes it even worse. And like this, with this very unique team, they're going to be able to beat me here. It's wild though, like, honestly, Acid Spray Scrafty, I don't know what I'm facing here, like, that's really, really awkward. Let's take a look here, as we're going to see the Ampharos coming in against us. Ampharos going to be an awkward one to deal with. I'm just going to go for Psycho Boost and swap out, I would guess, as this is going to be a very decent one for us. We're going to swap out now into our MEWeedle. We're going to get out this Crafty. This is actually the best thing for us anyway, because we can go for the Superpower. Superpower going to do some decent damage against them, as we can go still for the bait first, and this bait going to get no shielded, sadly. I'm gonna go still for one superpower, and I think that was a Team Peter here, at least it looked like it. We're going to get the shield from the opponent this time around, sadly. But yeah, like this, it's going to be a little bit awkward. And we will now go ahead and go for the farm down, hopefully. But yeah, we're going to see here the foul play coming through. We're going to see the Ampharos coming through as well. Going to be able to go for the brutal swing here, but I can still survive that one. I can go for another charge move, but they actually have more energy than I expected, as we will see now the Rock Slide coming through here. And this will do some decent damage, knocking them out. Let's see, the Scraft is coming back in. I have to go for the Psycho Boost. I have to get them low now. I have to try to knock them out with anything I can do, as I'm going to be able to catch a charge move onto my Registeel, still keeping a charge move alive. We're going to see the full knock-on down now, I thought, but no, we're going to see the Obstacle coming in. I think this is going to be a good game. Sadly, this should not work out for us here, because this Cross Chop going to do too much damage. My only hope here is that they're going to shield this move up and they're going to get debuffed, which is happening here right now. Can we actually still win this because of this play? This would be amazing. Let's take a look at this. Can we still go for the Focus Blast? We can still reach this. It should be enough to knock out the opponent, and it will be enough. And we can swap and win this game because of the debuff. I hope you enjoyed this video and you see the power of pay to win in this game. Isn't this amazing? It most likely isn't. But otherwise, please leave a like on the video, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.